You slept 8 hours last night, maybe even 9, and you woke up exhausted. Again. Like you never slept at all. You're not lazy, you're not depressed, and you're definitely not imagining it. There is a specific scientific reason why hours of sleep and quality of sleep are two completely different things, and most people never learn the difference. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening inside your brain during those 8 hours, why most of that time isn't actually doing what you think it is, and the 4 things that are silently destroying your deep sleep every single night. Stay until the end because step 4 is the one that affects over 70% of people, and almost nobody connects it to their fatigue. It changed everything for the people who finally understood it. Welcome to the Sleep Lab. I'm Owen Carter, sleep science researcher and neuroscience educator. Every video on this channel gives you the real science behind your sleep problems. Not generic advice, but the actual mechanisms happening in your brain and body. Let's get into it. Here's the fundamental mistake almost everyone makes. They measure sleep by hours. 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours. As if time in bed equals restoration. It doesn't. Let me show you what sleep actually looks like from the inside. What you track is hours. What actually matters is this: the quality and depth of the sleep stages you cycle through during those hours. And here's the critical insight. You can spend 8 full hours in bed and get almost 0 deep sleep, which means you wake up exactly as depleted as when you lay down. Time in bed is not restorative. The right stages of sleep are restorative, and those stages can be stolen from you without you ever knowing it. Your sleep is not one continuous state. Every night your brain cycles through 5 distinct stages, and they do completely different things. Let me show you exactly what each one does. Stage 1 and 2 are light sleep, the transition zone. Important, but not where the magic happens. Stage 3 and 4 are deep sleep, also called slow wave sleep. This is where your body physically repairs itself. Growth hormone is released, your immune system rebuilds, cellular damage from the day is reversed. Your brain literally flushes out metabolic waste products, including the same proteins associated with neurodegeneration. Deep sleep is the most physically restorative stage that exists. Nothing replaces it. REM sleep, rapid eye movement, is where your emotional and cognitive processing happens. Memory consolidation, emotional regulation, creative thinking. Without enough REM, you are emotionally reactive, cognitively slow, and your memory retention drops by up to 40%. Now here's what's critical, and this is what most people never hear. A 2019 study published in Nature and Science of Sleep found that people who reported sleeping 8 hours but feeling unrested had measurably reduced time in stage 3 and REM, sometimes less than 60 minutes of deep sleep in an 8-hour night. The hours were there, the restoration wasn't. There's a second mechanism making you tired that works completely invisibly. It's called sleep debt, and it's more dangerous than it sounds. Let me show you how it accumulates. Every night you get less deep sleep than your brain needs, you accumulate a deficit. Not a deficit you feel clearly. And that's exactly what makes it dangerous. A landmark study by Van Dongen et al. At Penn found that people who slept 6 hours a night for 2 weeks showed cognitive performance equivalent to being fully awake for 24 hours straight. But here's the critical finding: those same people reported feeling only slightly sleepy. Their subjective experience of tiredness completely disconnected from their actual Neurological impairment. You don't feel how tired you actually are. Your brain adapts to the deficit and calls it normal, which is why so many people genuinely believe they function fine on 6 hours, when the neuroscience shows their prefrontal cortex is operating at 60% capacity. And weekend sleep doesn't fix it. The research is clear: you can partially recover some cognitive function with extended weekend sleep, but the neurological effects of chronic sleep debt, particularly the accumulation of amyloid beta in the brain, don't reverse with 2 nights of extra sleep. So why aren't you getting enough deep sleep? In most cases, it comes down to 4 specific factors. 4 things that silently suppress your stage 3, stage 4, and REM every single night. Let me show you all 4 at once. Thief number 1, alcohol. This is the most misunderstood sleep disruptor in existence. Most people think alcohol helps them sleep because it helps them fall asleep. It does, but it completely fragments the second half of your night. A 2018 meta-analysis in the journal Alcoholism found that even moderate alcohol consumption reduces REM sleep by up to 24% in the first sleep cycle. That feeling of waking up groggy after a few drinks, that's your brain running on almost 0 REM. Thief number 2, blue light. 2 hours of screen exposure before bed delays your melatonin release by up to 3 hours, meaning your circadian system thinks it's still mid-afternoon when you try to sleep. You fall asleep eventually, but your sleep architecture is shifted and compressed. Less time for deep sleep before your alarm. Thief number 3, a warm room. We covered this in a previous video. Your body needs to drop its core temperature by 1 to 2 degrees Celsius to enter and maintain deep sleep. A warm bedroom physically prevents that drop from happening fully. Even 2 degrees too warm measurably reduces time in stage 3 and 4. And thief number 4, this is the one that affects over 70% of people, and almost nobody connects to their tiredness: elevated cortisol. Chronic stress keeps your cortisol levels elevated at night, the exact time when cortisol should be at its lowest. High cortisol at night is neurologically incompatible with deep sleep. Your brain cannot enter stage 3 when your stress system is active. It's physiologically impossible. This is why people under chronic stress can sleep 9 hours and wake up feeling like they didn't sleep at all. The hours happened, the deep sleep didn't, because their cortisol never dropped low enough to allow it. So what do you actually do with this? First, stop measuring sleep by hours and start measuring it by how you feel 30 minutes after waking up. If you're still groggy, dragging, or need caffeine to function, you're not getting enough deep sleep regardless of how many hours you logged. Second, eliminate at least 1 thief tonight. You don't need to fix all 4 at once. Remove the one that applies most to you. If it's alcohol, skip the evening drink for 1 week and track your morning energy. If it's screens, institute a hard cutoff, 90 minutes before bed. If it's room temperature, open a window or lower the thermostat. 1 change. Measurable results within 3 to 5 nights. Third, and this is the intervention with the most direct neurological evidence, use continuous, low-frequency audio during sleep. Sound in the delta frequency range, 0.5 to 2 Hz, has been shown in EEG studies to increase time spent in stage 3 and 4 sleep by reinforcing the brain's own slow-wave oscillations. It's essentially an acoustic signal that tells your brain it's safe, it's night, go deep. I've left a link in the description to a free 8-hour session from Pure Sleep Therapy designed specifically to support deep sleep stages. If you're consistently waking up tired, try it for 3 nights and pay attention to how you feel on the morning of day 4. Next video we're covering what chronic sleep deprivation does to your insulin resistance and metabolic health, and why poor sleep may be the hidden driver behind weight gain that nobody talks about. Subscribe and turn on notifications. That video has data that's going to change how you think about sleep permanently. If you recognized yourself in any of the 4 thieves, drop a comment below telling me which one. Alcohol, screens, temperature, or cortisol. I want to know which one is stealing your deep sleep. Sleep is not a luxury. It's the foundation of everything your body and mind do, and you deserve to actually get it. See you on next video.